In the top stories, Prime Minister Drew outlines priority areas for his new administration. Cocaine stash found at house in Guyana, and dozens in Bangladesh injured in protests against rising fuel prices. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today is Thursday, the 11th of August, 2022. I'm Jason Davis. Nationally, Prime Minister the Honourable Dr. Terence Drew has outlined several areas that his administration will be addressing with a focus on improving the lives of people of St. Kitts and Nevis. In an interview with ZIZ News on Thursday morning, Prime Minister Drew spoke of the priority areas that he will be addressing. Among them is the Citizenship by Investment program.
Now I'm in the process of having an assessment done, meeting with the relevant persons and the critical people, just to make sure that we have all of the information. But I want to say this as a matter of principle, that I will make the decisions that would be necessary to keep the CBI viable and to keep it attractive. It is a fundamental part of our national development, and therefore I would approach it from those principled positions. However, the specifics will come after I would have met with the relevant persons.
Regarding the peace program, Dr. Drew agreed that it has its benefits. However, there are certain deficiencies that he says he has found disturbing.
Nobody has showed me that, and that is taking advantage of them. You cannot treat our people like that. As a matter of fact, I hope that is not illegal, and I'm seeking legal advice to see if these young men were taken advantage of and they were not given their benefits as citizens. So I might be a bit irate. I'm a bit irate because I would not believe that the government will involve itself in activities like this and not allow our people to have their benefits. And if they're not paid Social Security, I will see what we put in place to make sure that we can bring some redress to this situation and have some Social Security be paid for them.
Prime Minister Drew also thanked the Labour Party supporters for putting their confidence in the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party, and he invited everyone to the swearing-in ceremony at Warner Park on Saturday at 4 p.m. Meanwhile, Prime Minister the Honourable Dr. Terence Drew has received words of congratulations from Philip J. Pierre, Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Andrew Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica, Rita Hammerly-Weshk, Swiss Ambassador to St. Kitts and Nevis, and Tessie Ekpunobi, Esquire. The Honourable Philip Pierre is quoted as saying, "On behalf of the government and people of St. Lucia, I extend congratulations to you on your victory as Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis. I'm confident that the friendly relations and good cooperation between the government of St. Kitts and Nevis and St. Lucia will be further strengthened during your tenure." Jamaica's Prime Minister Andrew Holness offered his congratulations in a signed letter, saying in part, "Heartiest congratulations and best wishes to you. My very best wishes for a successful term. Jamaica looks forward to the further deepening of our relations and people-to-people linkages, and I look forward to our engagements within Caribbean Community, or CARICOM." Meanwhile, St. Kitts and Nevis's Honorary Consul to Abuja, Nigeria, Tessie Ekpunobi, Esquire, said in a congratulatory message, "Congratulations on your success at the just concluded August 5 general elections as the new Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, as well as the other elected members of the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party. I look forward to continuing to work closely with your new government in advancing the interests of the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis in the Federal Republic of Nigeria." End quote. Ambassador of Switzerland to St. Kitts and Nevis, Her Excellency Rita Hammerly-Weshk, also joined in congratulating Prime Minister Drew, saying in a letter, "On this occasion, I would like to extend my felicitation to you, and I would like to wish you success and satisfaction in your new function. I look forward to meeting with you on my next visit to St. Kitts and Nevis, and until then, please accept the expression of my highest consideration." End quote. Meanwhile, Premier of Nevis, the Honourable Mark Brantley, says the government is cautiously optimistic with respect to the economic outlook for the island, as key indicators reflect a strong first quarter for 2022. In a release from the Nevis Island Administration, Premier Brantley was quoted as saying, "We expect that the prospects are relatively good. My last update from the Ministry of Finance officials, which I received just about 3 weeks ago, suggested that we're on the right track. We were marginally ahead of projections in terms of revenue and behind in terms of expenditure. It means that is a good place to be," end quote. The Premier, who is also responsible for tourism and human resources, revealed that employment and income levels on the island are trending upwards. This, he said, is another sign of economic recovery in the post-COVID-19 pandemic era. He said from January to April, the number of employees increased by 3.5% over last year, and the number of jobs in Nevis increased by 5.9% over the same period last year. Premier Brantley said the employment and revenue statistics on Nevis thus far are encouraging with respect to a much-needed increase in economic momentum. Moving now to news on the regional scene. In Guyana, 5 persons have been arrested after cocaine was found at the home of a known drug trafficker. Here's more from Antonio Day.
Trafficker Andre Clark. On Monday, Kanu officers acting on intelligence raided Clark's Norton Street residence and found 4 parcels of cocaine. Andre Clark, along with other 4 persons, were arrested, including Police Sergeant Dion Bascom, who Kanu confirmed was present at the premises at the time of the search. Reports are that Bascom, who was previously stationed at the Guyana Police Force's Narcotics Branch, had gone to the location to gather intelligence and to speak to Clark. Soon after, Kanu pounced on the location. Andre Clark, Akim Lashley, Dion Bascom, Rodwell George, and Serena Mendes were arrested and taken to Kanu's headquarters with the narcotics. Kanu said that the narcotics was later tested positive for cocaine and weighed approximately 1.5 kilograms with an estimated street value of approximately 1.5 million Ghana dollars. Andre Clark, though, is no stranger to Kanu. In 2011 was arrested after Kanu rounds conducted an operation at Clark's home, where a search of his yard revealed a transparent plastic bag containing cocaine weighing 590 grams buried approximately 12 inches in the ground covered with sand. He was charged for trafficking in narcotics on February 3, 2012. Based on advice from the Director of Public Prosecution, the matter was dismissed. Since then, he has been a person of interest to the Customs Anti-Narcotic Unit, and several investigations into his operations